Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Kova here, and we are hitting up the gossip. Before I do, all I ask is if you are new around here, you clicked on the channel for some reason or another, hit that subscribe button because you will be getting daily gossip every single day if that's what you're into. Also FIFA videos, squad builders, transfer news, you name it, whatever it goes. So before we get into it, that's all I wanted to say. So we're going to start off with Diego Alves. Everyone knows this guy from FIFA. He's a bit of a squad builder legend because obviously he's a Brazilian, so he starts off a nice little Brazilian link if that's what you go down, and also matches leagues together where Brazilian players play in them. For example, the Naldo linking into him, getting that link going is what we're talking about anyway. So there's a lot of times where you can use this guy and make 6 squads from it. So he's obviously a bit of a legend in the FIFA community, and he's getting linked with a move to Everton. Obviously, there's no hiding the fact that Everton needs a new goalkeeper. I've gone over this a few times. They have signed Stekelenburg. I think it was on a free from Fulham. They've signed him, but I see him more as a backup keeper. Like, Stekelenburg was a backup keeper at Southampton for Koeman last year. If Forster ever got injured or was playing badly or anything like that, Stekelenburg will come in. And I see that happening with Everton again, and I can see them signing a new goalkeeper. Now, I don't know who the goalkeeper's going to be. It could possibly be Diego Alves. That's what's getting rumoured, that they're going to go for him. But we don't know yet. This is a fresh rumour, something new that's came onto the scene. Next up is Arbeloa getting linked with a reunion with his old manager Rafael Benitez, and also going to be playing in the Championship. What a move that would be, going from Real Madrid to a Championship team. But he has been released by Real Madrid. They don't need him anymore. Obviously, they do have Carvajal and Danilo at right back. Arbeloa was pretty much a reserve, and he would have been a really high-paid reserve at that as well. He's getting linked with Newcastle, obviously, because Benitez is there. So that kind of makes sense that he's getting linked to that type of move. It would be, I think, in my opinion, it'd be a great signing. I know Arbeloa's getting on a bit, but I think he could still do a really good job at right back for them. I think he'd be an upgrade on Jan Maat. That's just my personal opinion. Next up is Dahoud. Now, this got linked like really early on, and like when I pretty much started doing these transfer news videos, this got linked, as one of like the main deals that would go down. It still hasn't gone down, but Dahoud has dropped like serious big, like, I don't know, links, I'd say, hints as to like the move happening now. I think he followed the Liverpool Instagram account, and he also liked a picture of Jurgen Klopp and like Sliko Buvac, I think it was, like I think they were in training and they were having a laugh, and he liked both of these pictures on his Instagram account. I think they're still up there, so if you want to have a look for yourselves. Now, that kind of drops a hint to me that he wants to move, personally. It's just whether his club would be willing to sell or not. I really want to get this guy. I've only seen him a few times play, but he looks that type of midfielder that like is the guy who covers all the ground. A bit like how, we had Mascherano and Alonso at Liverpool, for example. Mascherano would cover all the ground, do the hard work, and just pass it to Alonso to do the lovely passing game that he had. Now, obviously, we've signed Grujic as well for centre mid in terms of like a Liverpool perspective. I am speaking as a Liverpool fan, and I would love to see Dahoud make that third midfield slot along with Chan as well. Next up is Matuidi. This one's kind of came out of nowhere for me, that voice break though. And it's one of them, like, he's such a good player, and I think he's doing so well for France at the Euros. I didn't realise he was that attacking minded. I thought he was more of a defensive midfielder, but he just tends to be an all-round centre mid. Now, he is getting linked with a lot of Prem clubs. They're all looking to make a sign. And now, apparently, he took a break from the Euros to try and get a deal done. That's how important this is. Obviously, PSG have just signed Krychowiak, so that kind of says like they may be willing to let Matuidi go. I'm not too sure, but apparently they are. And it looks like Man U are going to be the destination for Matuidi. Next up is Joe Allen. What Euros this guy's having, first of all. The Welsh Javi himself is having a great time at the Euros. And he's getting linked with, obviously, a few different clubs. The main one being Swansea. They're looking to sign these heroes of the Welsh teams to try and like get the fans back on their side. And Joe Allen's no exception. They bid £8 million, but Liverpool value him at 14. Now, let's not forget, Liverpool signed him for 15 million. A few seasons ago. I did not think for a second we'd get anywhere near that sum again. Apparently it's going to happen. 14 million is what we want for him, and the way he's playing, that could happen. I think we're probably not meeting Swansea in the middle, maybe at like 12 or like, that type of fee, but it's one to keep an eye on. Next up is Ruben Neves. Obviously, if you've seen the Champions League, you watched the Porto-Chelsea game last season, you would have seen Neves having a really good game. I think it was the away leg for Chelsea, so the Porto were playing at home. And Neves was the holding midfield, and he had a really good game. He's obviously a passing player, you know, as stats show, 77 passing. But defensively as well, he kind of worked back a lot, and he impressed me. Now, I think he's 18 still, meant to be 19 now, but Liverpool are getting linked with him. Apparently they've been like tapping up Jorge Mendes and having talks with him to try and get Neves to the club. So it's another centre midfielder. Now I don't know whether Klopp's like going for many centre mids or he's just trying to test his luck with a few and see what happens. Next up is Ilicic getting linked with many a Prem club. To name a few: Leicester, which is on his badge, Liverpool, Tottenham, West Brom, and also Crystal Palace to leave Fiorentina to come to the Premier League. Now, put him as a Leicester badge, I see that one as being probably the most likely. Now, obviously, Crystal Palace splashing the cash. I can't see West Brom getting a deal done. Tottenham don't really need him. I don't think Liverpool need him either. So I've left it to like Leicester, Palace maybe. And out of those two, I would have seen him and go to Leicester. They've just won the league. They are in the Champions League. It makes more sense for a player of his calibre to go to them. Next up is Nani getting linked with a move to Stoke City. Now, I don't know what's going on with Fenerbahce, but they are apparently selling Van Persie. Nani's being linked with a fair few clubs. He's having a good Euro, so there's no surprise anyway. But it seems like Fenerbahce are willing to sell both of them. I think that they both own, like, in terms of what Fenerbahce wanted, they wanted to win the league, and they haven't done that. It looks like they may have a little clear out of them two, particularly anyway. Now, Stoke City, I don't think are Nani's type of club. They are a hoofer team normally. I know it's changed recently, but I just can't see it happening now unless like Stoke are going to splash the cash, and they may be losing Arnautovic, so it could make sense that way. I'm not too sure. Next up is James Rodriguez getting linked with a move to Paris Saint-Germain. I don't see this one happening too much. PSG have just signed Ben Arfa for the attacking midfield. I don't really think James Rodriguez is what they need unless they're going to play him out wide and have like Di Maria, Cavani, and James Rodriguez on the other side with Ben Arfa, slightly behind. I'm not too sure. It'd be an interesting one to keep an eye on though, because obviously it would be a big move. He's still only like 24, so he does have a fair amount of life left in him, and I don't know what the fee is being quoted at, but it's just a link at the moment. Next up is Lukaku. This is just a quick one. He is being told by the owners of Everton, obviously Everton have got new owners, that he is valued at 75 million, and unless that is matched, Everton are not going to sell him. Next up is a done deal as far as I know. Ahmed Musa will be playing in the Premier League, so all you pesos will be made up with this one. Ahmed Musa has signed for Leicester City. He was very close in January before they won the league. I think they wanted like another striker to back up Jamie Vardy and give him a rest and have another striker up there. He is versatile. He can play on both wings. A really good sign in my opinion. Again, only 23, so he does have a good career ahead of him. Doing quite well for CSKA Moscow. I think he got like 1 or 2 informs last season, and it's apparently a done deal. Next up is Rulli. This one has been linked a fair few times. I think it's featured 1 or 2 times on this channel. And, Manchester City are close to signing him for 7.5 million from Real Sociedad. Guardiola wants another keeper to compete with Joe Hart. Now, Joe Hart's had an absolute shocker at the Euro, so it makes sense to have another keeper to, push him on a bit more. And finally, we end up with a little bit of a lesser story, and that is Bogdan. Apparently, Liverpool willing to let the keeper go, and Wigan are his suitors. So this is what the team looks like. Quite a sick team today. Obviously, we've got we got makeshift back three in Dahoud, Matuidi, and Arbeloa. But a fair few good deals could be going down in terms of making FIFA squads. Diego Alves being the main one. Ruben Neves for a Portugal link coming in. What else have we got on the bench? We've got Rulli, Argentina link at the back. So I'm quite impressed with this one. Let me know what you guys think in terms of the transfers. Would you be happy, Liverpool fans, seeing Dahoud or Neves coming into the squad? Stoke City, would you be made up to see Nani arrive? And Everton, what do you think of the price tag for Lukaku? But as always, guys, all I ask, if you did enjoy, like the video, and I shall see you in the next one.